All right, what's going on, guys? Snyp here. Welcome to our very first episode of Real Talk with Snyp. Pretty much, this is an open mic discussion about anything regarding the game Lost Ark, right? Or any game that I'm covering for the moment. In this case, we are talking about Lost Ark. And let me pull this up real quick. So, I mean, the very first thing that we're going to talk about really is, as you can see in the title, is Lost Ark dying, right? That is the one talk that I keep hearing over and over and over again. And I keep seeing it on different Reddit subreddits and postings on forums. And, it's kind of like I needed to say my piece about it, okay? Why do people think it's dying? Well, if we look at the Steam chart right now, right, we hit an all-time peak of 1.3 mil, right? This is when the game just first came out. Everyone was so hyped out about it and downloaded the game, started playing it. Everyone was just grinding, right? And then the release of Argos came out, or at least the news of it. And then the release came out. And then we saw a significant drop as far as consistent gameplay, right? Here's the thing, though. This is within a 24-hour peak. That's one. Second, 350,000 concurrent players that are playing simultaneously, right? So it doesn't mean that we're losing players. It's just some players are not able to play as long as they were playing, right? Some players are actually just logging in to do their dailies, they get out, right? Some people, they log in every other day. Some people just don't have the time to play the game the way most people do. The way I play it, I play it every day, at least 12 hours a day, right? I put in about 500 hours in this game already. So yeah, I play a lot. But some people don't have that luxury. Some people, they're only able to join maybe once a week, right? It doesn't mean we're losing players. There are people who are upset about certain things. We'll cover that a little bit in a little bit. But the number, I guess my point that I'm trying to make is this: no, Lost Ark is not dying. Okay, Lost Ark is here to stay for a very, very long time, and here's why. It's only been out for 2 months, guys. 2 months. Okay? And what's great about that idea is that if we are trying to meet and be at the same level where Korea and Russia is now, especially Korea, I mean, we have a lot of content to look forward to. Everything that they're making, or if anything, our content will be a lot better than Korea's content, because let's look at Korea as the beta testers. They're the ones who had to go through all the troubles of the bad things that this game had given them the past couple of years. And then so with the release of the West Side, they've learned their lessons in many ways, right? And they're still kind of honing that, right? They're still trying to fix that. And the thing is, Smilegate has been very open about being transparent, and they are trying to listen. They are listening, guys. Okay? If we look at the April and May roadmap, I mean, if you haven't read it, if you haven't watched my video about it, covering it, I mean, I suggest that you read it because it's very useful. They talk a lot about quality of life, and, it helps so much moving forward. The fact that they are listening is a good thing. And let me highlight one particular one here. Okay. Here it is. Check this out, okay? And if this doesn't tell you that they're not listening to the audience, then you're wrong. Because check this out. We promise to be honest, sometimes brutally so. And now is one of those times. While we can say that we firmly plan on releasing the Destroyer Advanced Class, Trial Guardian raids, and quality of life adjustments in May, Vultan's Legion raid and Descaluda, which is the Green Bird new raid guy, will be moved if we feel these activities will create pressure within the community. Eventually, endgame content will be introduced, but players should feel comfortable to continue progressing at their own pace. Okay? That tells you a lot right there, folks. Okay? So don't lose hope. These guys can only do so much in the allotted time that they are given. Okay? Making changes in the game is not as easy as clicking a button or redoing a code. Okay? If you ever watch this show called Mythic Quest, watch that show. That is the behind the scenes of how games are developed. At least a small portion of that. Mythic Quest is on Apple TV. I highly suggest it. Hella great of a show. Okay? It's in the game industry and how things are made. You know, you have this one guy who's like, I think we should do this, right? We have the concept guy, right? And then we have the actual, you know, people who actually make the code. And it's not simple making these codes, guys. That's why these guys, there's a lot of them. Why do you think there's a big turnover rate in the game developer industry? Read about it. There are so many people who would tell you, yeah, you want to be a game developer? Okay. But here's the thing. It's long hours, not that much pay, and you know, it's not a stable job. If you want to be a game developer, you gotta love making games, period. So that's a little background for you about how games are made, man. It's not that easy. I've worked for a startup. I've worked in the startup world for a very long time, YouTube including. Okay, I worked for a startup that got bought out by YouTube, and I worked for another startup after that, and another startup after that. I'm currently in a startup right now. So what I'm gonna tell you is this: startups, the way they, and I'm kind of like putting this hand in hand as far as like Smilegate being a startup. Okay, Smilegate being purchased by Amazon, right? Amazon's the big publisher. They're the big public company that owns Smilegate, right? So in that regard, these guys are still trying to practice the startup mentality, right? But making changes is not that easy. It goes through many different chains. Oh, this idea. Oh, honing rates are bad. They can't just change it. There's a lot of things behind the code that you gotta manage. It's not that simple. This is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. It's like, oh, since you guys already did it in Korea, you guys should make it. No, it's not. They have a different coding than we have in this game. They literally had to change a lot of code. Okay, there's one thing like translating certain things, right? That didn't make sense. Like naming certain classes, like Lance Master going from that to Glavier, for example. It's not that simple. It takes time. There's a lot of effort done in the game, period. So you guys got to be more patient. That's all I'm saying. This game is not going anywhere. I think one of the biggest pain point that and the biggest anger really that came out from people was the fact that people were complaining about the early release of Argos. It made people feel like, well, why are you releasing endgame content that not like 90% of the people don't even have access to? I kind of understand that because I was on the same boat. Okay, I was still in T2 at that time, and I was far from accessing Argos. I only got to access Argos last week. And so, with that being said, it didn't bother me much though, because here's the thing: Argos is not going anywhere, guys. Any content that they release right now, any new raids or anything that's coming out, it's not going anywhere. The reason why people are angry is simply because of FOMO. Fear of missing out, guys. It happens all the time. People want to be the first. People want to be in that certain small group of people to feel special. I get it. I wanted to touch Argos too, but I couldn't. But I was okay with that because I knew for a fact that if I was playing at a consistent rate, I'll eventually play Argos. And I did. I had fun playing it. You know? But you can't get mad at that fact, guys. If they release certain things, and the thing is, here's the thing: they apologized about it. They realized their mistake, you know, and they publicly announced that they would do better next time. Hence why they said this, okay? They'll move the release of the Legion raid and the new raid if they feel activities would create pressure within the community. Eventually, end-game content will be introduced, but players should feel comfortable to continue progressing at their own pace. That's another topic that I wanted to bring up real quick. Is playing the game at your own pace. What does that mean exactly, right? Well, everyone wants to get to tier 3. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people is in tier 3 now. And how I know that is because every time we do MOAC now, we're able to actually complete it. That's one indication right there. You see more people doing tier 3 activities. You see more people in Punica. And, you know, especially MOAC. I remember a couple weeks ago, you would have to be in channel 1 or 2 of MOAC in order for you to actually complete that. I was around 1340, 45-ish at that time. And man, I tell you, it was hard. No one was able to beat it unless you were in channel 1 and 2. And you had to be in those channels 30 minutes to about an hour prior. At least in my experience. If you weren't there in that server, at that channel, in that specific time frame, then you miss out. Because then you'll end up going into different channels, right? You'll end up going to like 523 or whatever it may be. And channel 1 really is the, and 1 and 2 is really the only ones that guarantees that they're gonna beat MOAC, because of the fact that those are all that's where all the strong people are. You know, there was like 1390s at that time, 1385, then above 14. I remember seeing one guy who was like already at 1430, so they just killed MOAC and pretty much carried all of us. So now the clear indication of why I think a lot of people are more in tier 3 now is because of the fact that, yeah, people are completing MOAC now. Another thing too is that because of the 2 events that we just got, the Grand Prix and the Casual Guardian raid. I mean, all those honing mats that they provided us, man, those were great. Helped push everyone past where they were, you know, standing neutral. I was stuck between 1350 to like 1360 for the longest time, and then 60 to 70 was a little bit easier because I was able to push towards, you know, with all the other loots that we were getting from the 2 events. But yeah, I was that 50 to 60 was the toughest for me because I had so many fails in that one. I remember. But you know what? It gets to a point where like the failure is like it's expected now. So every time you fail honing in tier 3, it's just like, what are you gonna do? It happens. It is what it is, right? It still hurts a little bit. It stings because you're like seeing all your mats going away, and it's like, okay, but I'm gonna hit it though eventually. But here's the thing about that too, guys. Honing. That's another topic. Everyone keeps asking for a better honing rate. Guys, this is a grindy game. It's supposed to be grindy. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be painful. What does that do to us mentally when we actually achieve something great and we actually we're successful in that specific thing that we're trying to accomplish? It makes it all worth it. Imagine hitting plus 20 on your weapon, right? For example, I'm giving you an example. All the failures that got you up to that point. When you finally hit that one little button and right? You get that sound. It makes it worth it. If they gave it to us so easily and be like, oh, we're clicking it every other one we're getting. I don't know anyone who gets that anyway, but I mean, RNG's RNG, right? But anyway, if you're getting everything so easily, you get that 20. Oh, I got it. That's how you're going to react, guys. I remember back in the day when we played Nintendo, we had this thing called Game Shark, right? I don't know if you guys know anything about Game Shark, but it's pretty much our cheat little thing. It was like a cartridge thingy that you put your cartridge in, and then you put it inside your game, and you even had it for Game Boy as well. Pretty much, it gave you cheat codes, right? It put some cheat codes into that programming, and so you like have infinite lives or better bombs or whatever it may be that you're playing, right? And if I remember getting those, and the game just felt like blah. This is so easy. It's too easy, guys. I remember. Here's another example. Okay, Angry Birds, I think there was an Angry Birds RPG where you went around the map and you kind of leveled up your character, I believe, and there was a hack when back in the day when you're playing, when you have your iPhone, people kept jailbreaking your phones and all that. If you guys know anything about jailbreaking, I mean, you know, when the iPhones first came out, jailbreaking was a big deal. And so when you jailbroke your iPhone, you get like some programs that you can download to pretty much put cheat codes into games that you're playing. So Angry Birds, the RPG one, I don't remember what it is. I'll check it out. But that was one of the things I played a lot on mobile, and it gave me a lot of HP and all that stuff. So it made me really powerful. But before I did that, I was like grinding that game. I was grinding that game towards the end. I was like near the end when I finally folded. I'm like, man, you know what? I could use a little bit of help. And so I did that. I jailbroke my phone, added the code, and what happens? I was able to beat the content like nothing. Every single interaction that I did with enemies, it was just like, bam, done, completed. So when things are given to us easily, there's no reward in the end, is what I'm trying to say. Stop asking for better honing rates, because the thing is, they are coming up with more ways of providing us more honing materials. That is the simplest solution there is. And here's another thing, guys. Here's the kicker. If you didn't know, we have a pity system. It's called the artisan something. You fail enough times, eventually you're gonna get it. Guaranteed. Yeah, granted, it's a long way to 100%, but and you lose so many mats, but still, it's a guaranteed. I mean, I read from a lot of people who've played other games where honing negatively, it's like if you fail on a hone, it impacts your armor and destroys your armor and all this stuff. There's no pity system. Like, guys, we have it easy compared to those guys. So I'm pretty much happy with the honing rates right now. If they decide to kind of balance it out, give us a little bit more leeway to it, we'll see how it goes. I'll be happy. Of course, I'll benefit from it, but I still want to be able to feel like I've earned my right to wield that plus 20. That I feel good when I click that button. See the results, right? That's one thing. Okay, so honing rates, guys, stop complaining about it. They'll give us more honing materials every reset. To tomorrow's reset, guys. So do everything you gotta do today. Okay, get those tokens so that tomorrow all you gotta do is buy out the market. Okay, so do everything. Do your abyssal dungeons, and if you haven't done your guardian raids, do all of them right now. Your casual guardian raid, do it right now. Do it in all characters that you have. Let's see, what else do we talk about? So let's see. Oh, so a lot of people are also complaining at tier 3 there's really little to nothing to do, and it gets boring after a while, and really it's making people quit. A lot of people have written that in subreddit forums, and you know, always commenting in the chat as well, saying this and that, right? And here's what I'm gonna say about that, guys. There is a lot of content that you can do. Okay. Granted, it's not the best, okay, but it's still enough to kind of alleviate the burden of having to always grind chaos dungeons and guardian raids. Because yes, it can feel like a mundane task that you do every single day. Because I do get burned out myself. Okay, I have, what, 5 characters that I'm working on. I have my Soulfist main, I have this Berserker main, and I have 2 other Berserkers who are my alts, and then I have 2 other alts on top of that, so that's 6. But I don't really touch the last 2. I only do that once in a while, right? But, and so when you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, it's like, yeah, it becomes a burden, and it becomes it just becomes repetitive, and then it's not something that a lot of people, they want variety, right? So this is what I do, guys. This is what I do. I take a break. And what I mean by that is this: I don't touch every character every single day. I don't feel the need that I have to, because of the fact that we do get, you know, when you don't touch the Guardian raid or the Chaos dungeon, for example, you build that that bonus. So that way, when you do it the next time, you get extra mats and extra rewards. That's the great thing about that. That's awesome, guys. So yeah, if you want to just focus on one character for that day, do it. You're not missing out on anything. You're still going to get more rewards the next time you do it anyway. Okay? So don't feel obligated that you got to do every single character if you have many alts. You don't feel like you got to play every single day. Go outside. Touch the grass, man. Smell the fresh air. Go for a jog or for a walk. Walk your dog who's been waiting for you to walk him. You know what I mean? Do something, okay? This game is not your life. You don't have to always be... Don't be like me, where I'm playing this game many hours. But me, I mean, I love playing the game. That's just me. But if you're getting bored of this game, and you're getting tired, and you're getting worn out, and you're getting burnt out, guys, get out. Turn off your computer, okay? Watch a movie. Go outside. Talk to your real friends in real life, guys. Like, literally, touch them. Oh, man. Here's another thing, too, guys. Chaos dungeons, Guardian raids, Abyssal dungeons. You know, the towers. I mean, those are not the only things you got to do. Besides the towers. Sorry, let me go back to that. So, Abyssal dungeons, your Guardian raids, and your Chaos dungeons. You don't got to just do those. If you don't want to do those for that day, don't. You have a lot of horizontal stuff that you could complete. You have your adventure tome, guys, that you can work on. Yeah, many people don't want to do that because it takes time, but you know, it's something different. You can work on your collectibles. You have your masterpieces, your Omnian stars, your Giant's hearts, the Mokoko seeds. Come on, man. Mokoko seeds. They're everywhere. If you're lower tier, do your islands. A lot of people don't want to do islands. I did them because it was my main source of resources when I was leveling up my Soulfist. It was easy. Took some time, but I felt accomplished that I was able to do that. Your island tokens, right? You have so many more, guys. So many more. And if you don't want to do any of that, if you want to just log in and just do your life skills, just start foraging, do that. Start mining, do that. Start logging, do that. You want to fish? Dude, fish. You know what I mean? You're not obligated, and you're not being forced to do one thing. And I think that's the main misconception here, is like, this is the only thing I can do. No, it's not. You have so many more things that you can do in this game. Hell, you know what I do sometimes for fun? When I have nothing and I'm bored of my mind and I don't want to do islands, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do any horizontal stuff. You know what I do? I jump into a lower raid, Guardian raid, right? I go into a lower level, tier 1, tier 2, maybe tier, those tier 2 space, right? And I help out people. I run them. I run them a couple of times. Like, I'll go to like an Ornil freaking fight, and I'll demolish him in like 2-3 moves. I help out the people there because, you know what? When I was growing up in the game, I was low level, and we had struggled in those things, man. We were like fighting. You know what I mean? And when we're trying to do it as a task, and we're just trying to make sure to collect the souls and all that stuff, and we're trying to just do that, sometimes we wish someone else, who's higher level comes down and help us out. I do that, guys. I give back to the community. That's what I do. And it's fun for me when I get to do stuff like that. Or sometimes I'll go to a lower level Abyssal dungeon and I'll do the same thing. I don't get anything out of it besides the materials, the armor, or, sometimes you get a book. But yeah, the materials, I pretty much scrap them, use those mats, those honing mats, and transfer them to my other characters. And that's really what I get. I don't get any gold for it. Right? So those are the things that you can do. Hell, if you want to do some of the, what do you call that? The sea thing. The sea voyage. The thing you do with a group in the sea. I don't do it much. I think I've done it once. Right? When you guys kill things with the ship. It's like the boss fight, but on you know, in the sea. And so that one's fun too. You can do that. What's another one? I'm trying to think. What's another? Oh, PvP, guys. There's PvP. You can work on honing your skills in PvP. Not a lot of people like PvP. I've dabbled with it a little bit, but I'm not that good yet. But you can play with that. That's another income for you to work towards, like getting resources, right? So if you want to just get it out of the way, do it. Okay? There's a lot to do, and the thing is, there's more coming. This is not set in stone yet. This is not the only things that we're going to be able to do. There's more things to do. And worst comes to worst is this. Create new characters. Create new characters. Play different classes and see what you like. Because you know what? At this point, it's not even too late to create a main. To switch. It's not too late, guys. Because check this out. Even if you created a new alt right now and you made that your main character, it's not too late. Because look, we're going to get a Phaeton Pass coming up. That's going to bring your character to 960. Right? You're tier 2 right away. So if you want to try the new Lance Master, hey, play with it. Do it. You want to play with that new Destroyer class that's coming out, supposedly coming out in May, you know, do it. Or if you've been wanting to try that Sorceress because you see those guys like ripping, you know what I mean? Make it and see if you like the gameplay. Because I guarantee you right now, you're pretty much bored with your character and that's why you're complaining a lot. Because you're like, oh, this is the same thing I'm doing every single day. Me personally, I'm not. I love my Berserker. That's why I created 2 more, and I'm probably going to create 1 or 2 more as an alt. It's just so easy to use this character, and it's not boring for me because I get to Hulk smash everything. It's so much fun. That's what I do, okay? So create new class, try him out, see if you like him. You can always delete him, okay? You don't have to use gold to knowledge transfer them. Just go through the story, and guess what? If you go through the story, and you're probably thinking, I don't want to do that whole storyline again. But that whole storyline will actually provide you roster level. That's the worst thing that you can get out of it. You waste your time trying out a new character, but your roster level's going up. Right? And you're also getting other materials on top of that. You're getting, what are you getting? You're getting some cards, I think. You're also getting honing mats. So yeah. You can do all that. You can focus on your stronghold as well. If you want to. Right? You're also getting Providence Stones. If you have no idea what Providence Stone is how I got this outfit. My suit for my Mr. Cluck Cluck. Right? So 46,000, I mean that's enough for me to buy another piece of skin. I'm saving it just in case they release new skins, so but yeah. That's what you get out of it. Right? What else? Oop, hold on. Dang, it's gonna pull up my Premiere. I pulled it up by accident. My fault. Hold on. My Premiere is coming out. This is what I use for editing, guys. Big secret really revealed right there. And we're gonna go ahead and delete that. I was trying to pull up my window again. For some reason this came out. And delete. Oh, no. Where is it? Sorry about that. Let me close it real quick. Why am I not able to close? There you go. Jeez, man. Alright. Back at it. Let's go. Oh, man. Whew. Oh, here's another thing, guys. Another thing for you to do. Work on side quest. Any yellows that you've seen and you passed over time, that's one thing you can go back. Go to every map. Go to every continent. Look for those yellow ones. Because some of those unlock special quests that gives you special items. Right? Like skill points, for example. In Punica, you get one that you get to do I think every other day. It pops up every other day. Right? In certain places, the same thing. So go back and do those side quests. They're not hard. They're so easy, especially now at your level. If you're in tier 3 and you're trying to go back to Udia, for example, I mean, they're like one shot. It's not that hard. You just go there and start smacking things. Go through it, press G and smash that G all the time. That's all you gotta do. Right? Real easy, guys. And one thing I'm gonna tell you guys is this, okay? You can get mad at Smilegate and Amazon all you want, but the thing is, they're never going to please everyone. Okay, they're gonna do what's best for them and the company, because at the end of the day, it is a business, and they gotta do what they gotta do to make money. But also taking into consideration some of the pain points that we are addressing, right? And so they're doing a pretty good job at that. Okay, so I would say just give him some slack. Let him, I mean, wait it out. I mean, it's been 2 months only. If in 6 months things haven't changed, then yeah, by all means, complain. You know, because in 6 months, that should be enough time for them to actually start fixing some things that that we've been addressing the whole time, right? And I'm talking about like legit things, right? Like one of the biggest things is whenever they release a patch on Thursday, like what happened last week, they had to cut out the servers again because they had to fix one thing, and then they did another one right after that. So it was just like, why couldn't you fix, like, the timing issue? I remember this. Oh, dude, that patch that we had when daylight saving happened, right? Daylight saving time, like, messed up everything in the internal clock and everything. You know, especially when you were doing islands, special islands, right? When you were doing those, you'd be like, oh, you're going to Shangra. You're at the Shangra location. And then you find out, oh, that's not where it is because we're delayed, or it's not showing up because it's delayed an hour. So there's things that that messed up a lot of people and pretty much was making people angry. It's like, dude, you couldn't even fix an internal clock. It's that simple. I don't know what's going on there, and I agree with people in that part. Like, dude, come on, man. Why can't it be a universal clock, right? Like an in-game clock. Like, this is the main game clock. Whatever your clock is, you need to follow that clock or something like that, right? I don't know what the fix is for that. All I'm saying is it was messed up. It put a lot of people off, and so those are the things that I wish that they would actually address. It's like those little things that they should have fixed to begin with, and not release the patch half-assed. Okay, so but yeah, I mean, they're doing their best is all I'm gonna say. So yeah, let's see. Now, the delay of the roadmap. For a long time, people kept asking for the roadmap. Where's the roadmap? And they said, oh, it's gonna delay. It's gonna be delayed. You know, that was a big pain point as well, because everyone wanted to see what was coming, right? Are we getting more skins and all that stuff, right? When are we getting new classes? When are you gonna fix the honing rate? I mean, now that they've released it, people are still complaining. You're never gonna please everyone. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. And so, at the end of the day, really, it's just, you gotta go with the punches, guys. And you gotta look at it in their perspective, like, man, they're trying to do so much. Right? One of the biggest thing that's coming up, and I'm really excited about, is this, okay? General updates. Okay? Stay tuned in the coming weeks for more release specifics, such as a new login rewards, in-game events. So login rewards, I'm pretty sure we're going to have that because it's already past the 30 days. So we're going to have new 30-day login rewards. Now, we're behind, so I'm wondering now if they're going to reimburse us. I doubt it. So anyway, in-game game events, right? In-game events, skins and store updates. Now, in regards to skins, guys, a lot of people want skins. If they want to make more money out of this, and here's a tip for you, Smilegate, Amazon, pay attention. Pay close attention. You want to make more money out of us? Release and focus more on skins. Do what Fortnite did, guys. It's all I'm saying. Do what Fortnite did. They had a rotating skin in the store that many people spent money to buy V-Bucks to purchase those skins. It was like a bragging right thing. It's like if you had the skeleton outfit, that was like an OG thing. If you had that knight armor, you were like an OG. You know, I had those. And then later on, don't let it be available because it's like, oh, that's the first season one. You know what I'm saying? You guys should do that. You want to take our money? Hey, we want to throw money at you, guys. We want to throw money at you. Give us new skins. That's all we want because we want diversity in this game. Right now, we have several skins that everyone's wearing. That's why I wear my suit. I did buy the Omen skin for my other Berserker because that's the only thing that's out. And I really didn't like the first skin, the Aller skin or whatever. I didn't like that. So I'm wearing the Omen skin on my other character. You know? So I want a diversity. Like, I want diversity. We want diversity. More skins, the better. I'm telling you, your revenue will be like, whoo, will go up in the sky. That's all I'm saying. Release more skins, guys. I know it's not that easy. But, I mean, make that your main priority, though. Over even honing, is what I'm going to say. Because you have something to distract people with while you are fixing the major things. You see what I'm saying? Huh? I should work for you guys, man. Oh, man. Oh, here's another thing. Yeah, we're getting a Phaeton Power Pass, like I mentioned. It's a good thing, right? Here's another thing, too. The biggest thing that I really like about this new update that's coming up, and I'm hoping that they release this on Thursday, okay, is the improved co-op party play for secret maps. The fact that we all have to share our map and then have to go to individual location one at a time to collect the loot takes a lot of time. Granted, it's not that long. It could take less than 15 minutes. Longer, really, if you're that bad, but, I mean, it shouldn't. It should take you like 10 minutes or something like that. But still a hassle, right? So this new update that's coming out, we get to share all our maps together, put it all in one little bottle, whatever it may be, right? Go to one location, beat the boss, and get all the rewards of that 4 maps. That's freaking awesome. Quality of life right there, man. Awesome for me. Chat tab settings are shared across a player's roster. So currently what's happening with that, I mentioned this on my video covering this again, but I'm going to go over it again. But this is a quality of life thing. You know, currently when you go from player to player to player, from your alts to your main character, whatever it may be, you have different settings for them as far as chat tab goes, right? So, you know, like for your pings or your macros and stuff like that. So now if you create on your main, I think it goes all over the main, or any changes that you make in your settings anywhere, I think it just goes across the whole board. So that's really useful. Let's see. What other things is there to talk about? Lance Master, I mean, she's really awesome. I've been watching more clips of her, and I said that I don't know if I'm going to touch her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I want to play with her. But man, seeing more gameplay of her every single day makes me want to create one. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Since we're in the talk right now, okay, let's just talk a little bit about current pain points that most people are talking about as well, and probably have no idea about. Okay, so I have a list here. The lack of gold resources that we have right now hurts a lot, especially when you're in the end game, like we are in the higher tier 3 level, right? And I'm not even saying I'm the higher tier 3 because I'm only like 82, I think, 1382. But still, you can see my gold is like 913. Unless I'm swiping, that's never gonna go up unless I sell materials or like armor and stuff like that that I can guarantee would make money out of. right? Like I just sold $1,000 raggedy glove because it had a tripod on it, and you can only do that when you're 1370, when you get those armors with the tripods that you can sell back to the market, right? I mean, that's my main source right now. The other one is Una's tasks. So every week you do get those Una's tasks. You get to turn them in for gold with a chance of getting a gold bar, right? I've never gotten a gold bar, you know what I mean? But you still get gold. And then the other thing that you get money out of is the abyssal dungeons, right? If you're smart about it, you have a low level that can do the tier 1s. You have a character that can do the tier 2s, and you have characters that can do the tier 3s. On all these, so you can, or so that way you can benefit and reap all those gold from each and one of those characters. That's one way of doing it, but really that's it, unless you're flipping the market actively or you're doing RMT, right? Like, those are the only ways. But right now I wish they would give us an event that you're able to turn in gold you can turn in their tokens for gold. Like, don't give us a lot, balance it out, of course. But, I mean, just having another resources or an event or some sort of, maybe the Guardian raids. Flip that and give us some gold. I don't know. Something where we can get gold. It's better. Like, let us sell fish. You know what I mean? For gold. I don't know. I don't care what they do. They just need to give us more resources to make gold. Because later on, when you start honing at this higher level, I think right now for me it's like 170 gold per hone. Imagine failing 10 times out of that. That's 1,700. And I think it goes higher. When you're like in the 1400s, I think you're like 500 gold per hone. Which I don't understand. It's like, why can't we just keep using silver or some other way for paying? I don't know. I was one saying is like, we need more resources to make gold. Okay? That's all I'm saying. It takes a lot to make gold, and whenever, you know, like especially when you're trying to level up your character and trying to get them all the better equipments and accessories, man, they're expensive. Minimum is like 2 grand for good accessories. And if you're even trying to get the high end and top end kind of gear, accessories that I'm looking into is like 9 grand to 25k. Who can afford that unless you're a whale and swiping all the damn time? Okay? So, I mean, that's what I'm complaining about, really. Mainly, it's just the gold. I think another pain point that a lot of people have mentioned as well is gender locked for classes, right? So Berserkers, we can only get male. When are we gonna get the female one? Well, it's still on the drawing board, guys. If it's gonna be released a year for Korea, a year from now for Korea, I mean, it might be 2 years for us. That's all I'm saying. It's sad, really. You know what I mean? Like, people should not have to choose between having to play a male character or a female character. Like, they don't have to be forced to play one or the other is what I'm saying. It's like they should have the option to play either or. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, gender lock is one thing people are complaining about. I'm pretty sure that's something that they're gonna be able to fix. Another thing is server cross-hopping servers, man. Oh man, this is the biggest thing that really affected me from the get-go, and this was really my fault. Okay, most of this is really this complaint right here is really a user error. How is that a user error? Well, because it's this. All my friends started in the Mari server. I just started in Akan. I'm in Akan right now. It was the first server that I saw, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna click that because it says good. The server says good, and that means, oh, it's pretty much I have a good, you know, connection if I go in that server, right? Latency will be okay and all that stuff. It'll be the best. I didn't even know it was OCE schedule. So most people that I play with are like in Australia or in the Philippines, you know, in the Micronesia. Like, those are the people I'm playing with. New Zealand, I think, even. So, in that side of the world, that's who I'm playing with. I live in California. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I wish, so it was user error. And the thing is, I have no friends that I play with here. Most of the friends that I have here are people I just met online, or, you know, people I met on Discord, and that's it. Really, all my friends are stuck in Mari, and I can't really go there unless I create a new character there and start a new life over there, separate from this. And what sucks about it is it's a different roster. So none of this roster level, the 91 that I have right now, that's not going to get carried over. Anything that I've accomplished is not going to get carried over. Gold that I have, silver that I ain't going to get carried over. You start a brand new, fresh character from nothing. And guess what? You got to do all the stories again. All the main stories you got to do again. All over again. So yeah. So that's what sucks. I wish they would give us the option, even if it's a one-time thing. Even if we have to pay for it. Here, hell, let us pay for it. Amazon, Smilegate, hey, let us pay for it. If we want to if we want to server hop, I'll pay 10 back. I'll happily pay $10 just to go from one server to another. With us carrying over our things. Even if you want to limit it one time, like, oh yeah, you can only do it one, but you pay $10. I'll do it. A lot of people would do it. Because they don't want to be stuck in that server, man. That's one of my biggest things. For me, at least. Okay? How hard is it to make that happen? I don't know. I've read in some forums, they're saying, oh, Korea was able to do that. I don't know anything about it. I didn't play in the Korean server. I didn't play in the Russian server. I don't know. So if you know anything about that, let me know. You know? Let everyone know. If you played in those servers and they really allowed us to do that, hey. Let us know how that went and why they haven't implemented that here to us. Why was it so difficult? Why is it difficult to do it for us? Okay. One other thing that I did want to complain about, okay? And I'm just complaining about everything. Now, here's the thing. It's not just my complaint. These are the things that I've heard people complain about. Okay? So, hold on real quick. Let me just make sure that I'm still here. Put my guy in AFK, man. Am I in AFK? No, I'm not AFK right now. Okay, now I'm AFK. Oh, no. When I zoom in, I don't AFK. There you go. We'll do AFK that way. Alright, cool. Pull up the screen again. So, most of this, really, I'm complaining about for people. But one of the biggest thing that I have a complaint about is the fact that I have so many unused honing mats in my inventory that I have nothing I can do with. Like, I can't do anything with it, right? Besides having to probably level up other armor pieces with them, and then maybe possibly giving that to my lower alt characters. I was thinking maybe you're able to do that. How I'm gonna make that happen, I don't know, because some gear are tradable. So I was thinking maybe that's the best way of doing it. Just getting armor, leveling it up, and then by the time my alt character race goes to the next one, I transfer that over and bam. You know what I mean? They're set. But I don't know. I mean, what I wish they would do is that I'm gonna show you right now, actually. So what I wish they would do is this. Okay. In my inventory alone for this guy, main character, I have so many stars breath. I have so many shards. Okay, so many leap stones. These mats right here, they're all bound. They're no use to me for this character because I'm already in the next level. What I wish they would do is, like, for every, let's say for every 2 pouches, you convert it into the next level, right? The honor shards. You get 1 for every 2 of whatever, right? Or for the same level, you get to turn them into, it's like equal, like on a ratio of half to 1 or something like that. Like, so 10, you get 5 of the honor shards. 6, you get 3 of the life shards, right? Leapstone, same thing. Maybe half to 1. Maybe that's a ratio that you need to do, right? So for 20, you get 10. But if we are able to convert them into a higher tier level honing mats, man, that would save us. That would be another resources for us to actually be able to upgrade our gear, right? Imagine these right here, guardian stones and destruction stones and fragments. I mean, man, even a ratio of half to 1 or whatever the ratio is, right? You get half of per 1 that you turn in. I think that's the right 2150. I mean, you get 1,000 of that. Come on, man. That's so useful. How hard is that to make happen? I don't know. But that's an idea for you, Amazon Smilegate. Let us do that, man. Let us convert these. Like these Oreha and fusion materials. I mean, look at that. I have so much of that. Here's another one. Okay, these things. Okay, these are the special honing mats. Oh, no, not honing mats. These are the special mats that you get for doing abyssal dungeons that you can use to create and craft legendary gear. Now, I think this might be a problem if we are able to convert this into a higher level. Like, for example, I get to create this. I get to convert this to that. I don't think that's fair. So we shouldn't be able to do that. Because come to think of it, I'm like, well, you gotta earn these. These, like the blood of Argos, you gotta earn that. If you're just able to convert it to that, that's cheating. There's no point of you doing Argos, right? It would stop you from doing Argos. I guess maybe that's a thing now that I'm thinking about. Maybe that's the reason why they don't do it. It's because now you don't have to grind. Because all you gotta do is convert. But the thing is, it's limited. It's not like it's an infinite amount. You know what I mean? Or maybe people are gonna be like grinding these things instead of grinding that. Regardless, they're still gonna be grinding if they want to convert easily, right? But here's the thing, is what I'm saying. It's like, give us ways to make more, to get more honing materials, right? So even if we want to grind this so that we can convert it into that. So if we wanted to grind the Harmony Leapstones and then just so that I can convert it into a Life Leapstone, which is the tier 2, let me. Because that's still my time playing the game. I'm not, you know, I'm not bothering anyone. If I want to go to a Chaos Dungeon, turn it in so that I can get Leapstones. Just so I can convert it into the Life Leapstone. Just so I can convert it to the Honor Leapstone. Let me do that. That's still my time that I'm wasting, not yours. So yeah, give us more materials to do that. That'll be actually awesome. That's a quality of life thing that I think people would actually benefit from. Here's another thing. Going back to, if you're bored doing content and you need more resources actually for honing and whatnot, I suggest you doing the tower. Do your Spate Tower, guys. Your Fate Spire and do your Fate Spire and hold on real quick, give me a sec. Do your, okay, going back to it. So if you're bored of doing things, okay, we're gonna go there right now. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're also hoarding. If you're not hoarding, if you are hoarding it, if you have some tickets, of course, do your cubes. I haven't done my platinum fields, but do your cubes or save them if you want to save them for the next week. Do your cubes, that's one thing. Second, do your damn towers, guys. Do your towers. Please. Do your towers. The amount of shit that you can get from your towers, man, it's ridiculous. Look at that. Look at all that honing mats, and you're complaining you don't have any more. Like, this is one of the ways to get honing mats. Every bag of these, 1,000 each. 5,000 right there. Leapstones. You get silver. Destruction stone, guardian stones. Right? That's the first level, called the Shade Spire, is really simple, guys. It's not hard. Now, if you're at level, yeah, it'll be a lot harder. But I mean, say you decided to do this before you hit 6, or say you're at 600 now. Oh no. So say you're at 500. Your eye level's 500. Actually, you have to be 540. So say you're at 540 and you wanted to complete level 50. It is gonna be a little bit difficult, of course, because you're at that level, and you know you're not gonna be hitting them as hard. But the great thing about doing the tower, guys, is not only because of the honing mats, okay, it's the fact that it actually teaches you the mechanics of gameplay in this game. It teaches you how to dodge. It teaches you when to use your skills and be efficient with your skills. If you're playing a Berserker, as you know, if anyone who's playing Berserker would know this, you gotta know especially for higher tier content, when you're doing higher tier raids and abyssal dungeons, especially Argos, you gotta know your timing and when to actually use certain skills, right? Your Hellblade, for example, for Berserker, right? Your Hellblade is the one where you like, you drive your sword down into the ground and it explodes after that. You gotta time that. You can't just use that all the time. Because when you're and so this thing teaches you how to do that. It teaches you patience. It teaches you how to move and actually be agile with your characters. It makes you a better player when you do your towers, especially when you hit the Fate Spire. I'm telling you right now, Fate Spire, there are certain levels, I think 44, 45, I think 47, 48, 49, 50. I think one of those, two of those are going to be tough. I'm telling you, I was maybe 1080 when I did 50. Couldn't beat it. I came close, but I kept dying. I got frustrated and I just didn't do it. And I needed that 10 pouch. This is a large pouch. You get 10 out of that. This is 1,500. Sorry, sorry, going back again. This is 500. 1,000. No, it gives you 1,000. This one gives you 1,500. So yeah, you were gonna get 1,500 times 10. So 15,000, guys. 15,000. 15,000 that you could have used to push. That I could have used to push my 1080 to 1100, which would take me to 1302 to tier 3. But I didn't beat it. So what did I end up doing? Is just I waited another day, just grinded out the Chaos Dungeon, and I had bought some from the store. That's what I did. Do your towers, guys. It's so useful. So if you're playing your alt, you do your towers. It's not that hard. I mean, the Fate Spire is a little bit more tricky. It's more technical, for sure. Shade Spire, though, I mean, it's real simple. And it's easy. Now, just to be clear, you won't see the rewards here the way I do, unless you've done this already with your main character. So whoever your main is, your main will see different rewards. In your main, I think you will get engravings instead, rather than seeing honing mats. So do this with your main, or do this with an alt character that you're not really concerned about leveling up, so that your main character can benefit from that. So my Soul Fist was my main. I had done this with my, actually, you know what's funny though, I did level 50's Fate Spire with my Soul Fist, completed it, and I couldn't even do that with my with this dude, right? I don't know, man. Maybe I gave up too early with this guy, with my Berserker. But with my Soul Fist, man, I was so patient. I was so agile. I was killing it, and I did it, and I beat it. So, it's not impossible. It may seem impossible to, like, man, how the hell do you beat level 50? People are just saying, like, oh, luck. It's half luck, though, to be honest, because sometimes the boss, right, the main boss will not do certain moves, and they'll be a lot slower as far as, like, in, you know, from moving from one move to another, because sometimes they just go crazy out of nowhere, and like, what the hell, where's this coming from? So, you know what I'm saying. 45 or 44, it's one of those two where it's just, like, really crazy. There's just two mages that builds up these things that put you in fear, and you're stuck in that fear mode. Can't move, can't do nothing, can't heal, nothing. You're just stuck there, being slapped around for a good 10 seconds, something like that. It just feels like 10 seconds. I don't know. It's long, and the thing is, they keep hitting you on top of that. So you die quickly on that if you're not careful. So you gotta be real patient. You gotta be tricky, moving around, all that stuff. So anyway, my whole point is do your Fate Spires, do your towers, guys. You gotta do it. You have to. It's a must. At this point, it's a must. You have to. So if you're bored of content, that is your thing right there. There you go. Work on that. Okay. Let's go sit this guy real quick.
That smells good.
Now, a lot of people complain about Smilegate and Amazon releasing weekly patches. Guys, if you've played Fortnite, I mean, that's what they did. They released a weekly patch. It's for the better of the game, guys. It's not out of inconvenience to us. It's not. They're not doing it to inconvenience us. They're doing it because they're trying to make the game better. So come midnight tonight, okay? So because today's Thursday, I mean Wednesday. So come midnight tonight, maybe in you know, come midnight tonight. Make sure you have done everything that you needed to do. Don't complain like, oh, I got kicked out because I was in the middle of the raid and you guys kicked me out. Why couldn't you? No, dude, you know every Thursday is reset day, man. Stop complaining. Damn. Stop complaining. You guys complain way too much about that. I see it all the damn time. Oh, I just got kicked out. I was doing a raid in the middle. Bro, you knew it ahead of time every Thursday. It shows in the bottom left corner. There's like a little green thing that says, you know, at this time, it's going to be reset. And I think on the top two in the middle right here, it shows too, oh, 10 minutes till reset. Some shit like that. They tell you ahead of time, guys. Thursday is reset day. Thursday is reset day. Thursday is reset day. So plan ahead. Do everything you got to do. I haven't done anything yet today. So I'm about to grind. As soon as I'm done live streaming, I'm going to grind everything out. And that's all I'm going to do. But guys, stop complaining. Pay attention. Thursday's reset. Do your thing, okay? And they're not doing it to inconvenience us. They're doing it to better the game. They're releasing bug fixes and patches and stuff like that. And you never know. Hell, they could surprise us tomorrow and be like, "Hey guys, Lance Master is here." Imagine that. What a surprise that would be, huh? Right? So, hey, be happy that they're making changes. Good thing is, the moment they stop, I guarantee, here's the thing. Here's another thing, guys. I guarantee you guys are complaining now, oh, they're releasing too many patches, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee the moment they stop releasing patches and they stop doing these weekly patches, you'll be complaining too. Be like, man, when are they going to release the next patch? There's no winning with you guys, man. That's all I'm saying. You guys just keep complaining about everything. Crybabies, man. Too many crybabies in this game. But that's okay. Hey, you can throw shade at me. Go for it. I complain too. I admit. I complain too. But what I complain about is actually legit shit. Like, dude, let us do something with our honing mats that we can't use anymore. Or give us more gold resources. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, man, I'm enjoying the game. I'm loving the game. I'm playing at my own pace. I'm not in a rush to get end game content. I'm not in a rush to do the new Legion raid that's supposed to come out. I don't got to worry about that. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I'm working towards. So, like, having to do the new Vaultin when it comes out. Like, if I can't do it yet and I'm not on that level, that's something for me to work towards. That's what you guys don't understand, man. A lot of you guys don't understand this. They are content for us to work towards. Okay? We want to get to that point. I think my main one to do in the beginning was being able to defeat Mohawk. That's it. I wanted to beat that stupid chameleon. Because he was like the highest tier thing that I could tangibly, like, practically hit. Beating him. Because technically you can start hitting him at 1340, 45, I think. Granted, most of your attacks will be blocked, but you're still, if you're able to put some damage in him and you get carried, you still get the materials. He was the main guy that I wanted to beat. Everyone else was just like, Argos? Man, who's Argos? I didn't care about Argos. I was like, man, okay, that's something I'm going to work towards. I'm going to get to 1370 first and then access that. But I'm not in a rush. Even the hard version of the Abyssal dungeons. So your Aurea. Like, I didn't... Aurea as well. Man, there's like 2 different modes in that one, right? Normal and hard. Doing the hard mode, I wasn't in a rush. I wasn't in a rush for that. Now that I'm able to do it, hey, it's here. I'm able to do it. Am I better than everyone else who's not able to access this? No. No. I don't. It's just I work hard for it, and I feel good about myself being able to access it now. You know, now I'm part of that group. But I never felt the need to always rush. I was always going at my own pace. Even when I first played with my Soul Fist, going through all the way from level 0, all the way from finding Armin cliffing, you know what I mean? Like, you know, hanging on that cliff, saving his ass. All the way from there, all the way to Punika. I grinded every single content that there could be with that character. Like, I'm talking about side quest. Any yellow marks that I saw on the map, I accepted it. When people had told me, don't do it. Just do the main quest so that you can get to Vern, and so that you can get the 302 gear, and that so you can start doing Chaos Dungeons, start grinding. I didn't listen to that. I'm the type of guy where if I see something, I have to. It's kind of like this stupid thing right here. I'm that type of person where when you see this stupid title, that red button, this is something I wish they would get rid of. That annoys the crap out of me, the fact that that's red. I have to always click on it and make sure that I complete it. I'll get rid of it. Now the store one, I'm used to it because those are materials that I'm just not touching. I'm trying to save that for my next character. So these things, even that one I'm saving because I have enough of that. But yeah, I'm just not touching that. But yeah, when I see red on the other ones, I'm like, oh, I gotta click on it. So next thing that I'm gonna talk about. If you haven't collected your, so if you're a Prime Loot, if you're an Amazon Prime member, the new Prime Loot just came out. So we go to my Twitter because we can see the thing that I posted. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, guys, at Snyper Recon. Let's see, where's the one I posted? Right here. Here we go. Click on that. So if you haven't collected it yet, or if you haven't claimed it yet in the Twitch Prime Loot page, go to it right now, collect it. You do get, I think you get 1,500 shards or 1,000. I don't remember. I think it's 1,500 or maybe 1,000. You get this new mount, which is pretty cool. That's what I'm using now. And then you get a 5-day crystalline aura. Okay, that boosted me all the way to May, which is awesome. Now, here's the thing. This is the big topic of the day. Big topic of the day is money. Pay to win and free to play. First of all, here's what I'm going to say about that. For all of you who are free to play, stop putting all the blame on the pay to win people. Thing is, we both need each other. Okay? I consider myself a pay to win because I do spend money on this game. Granted, I'm just like a little tiny sardines compared to these whales because I think I've spent less than $500 in this game. Okay. And what I spent my money on, hey, I spent my money on getting royal crystals, right? Spent money on getting royal crystals that I converted into regular blue crystals. And what I use that blue crystals for, I bought 30-day aura for it, and I bought mats from the Mari shop. And some of them I would turn into gold for the royal crystals. That's what I did. That's how I was able to get to what level I am now. Now here's what I'm going to say about that. Stop blaming them. Free to play players. Don't hate on people who spend money on something that they love. That's real talk right there, man. You can't complain about a guy who's freaking rich, who has a nicer house than you, because you can't afford that. They work hard to be able to afford that. This is, to me, I spend money on this game specifically, or in any game that I play. I remember spending money on Genshin. I spent a lot of money on Genshin, way more than I spent here. I'm talking about like in the thousands. No one knows that. Not even my family. But I spent money on that game, Genshin. It was such a gacha game. Man. Do I regret it? Yeah. But at the same time, I made a lot of friends who became real good friends. But this game right here specifically, I'm spending money on this game because of the fact that I love this game. This game makes me happy. It brings happiness to me. It gives me, and it's sad to say, it gives me purpose. Right? I'm not taking anything for granted outside of this game. Like, I have kids. I love my kids. I'm not taking them for granted. I have a home that I pay mortgage on. I have a good job. Great job. Right? But this game, specifically this game, this is gaming is my passion, guys. Sports and basketball and games. I've been grinding since the 80s, guys. Like, this is video games to me is just a livelihood. This is my ish, you know what I mean? So for you to hate on me because I'm spending money on something that I love, that I consider my therapy, it's unfair. Stop with the hate. We're not ruining the game, especially not me. Now, people who are spending thousands and thousands of dollars, they're influencers. I mean, those guys, yeah, they're spending money on it. But guess what? They're also helping progress the game. How? Because they have influence on other people. Because they show other people what the benefits are of being at a higher level or being able to spend some money. Right? And also, they help influence how the game turns out in many ways. Like, they're able to actually talk to developers, or at least influence them, because they watch them. These developers, they watch them. They listen to the pain points that they're talking about. So you're talking about like Shroud, Asmongold, right? Like those guys, Zeals. When they talk about it, they have thousands of viewers every single day watching those. And when they're talking about a specific topic and their community is holding hand to hand and agreeing with that content creator, that's influence, guys. That's why they're called influencers. And that's why they're able to spend money, and that's why the game is the way it is. And that's why developers pay attention to those guys, and they try to create a way to appease the user base. So pay to win, we need pay to win people as much as we need free to play. There's not one that is better than the other. So stop with the hate. Okay? If someone wants to spend their money in something that they love, let them. Let them spend money on something that they love. Ain't nobody coming to your house telling you, why are you spending money on new J's? Huh? You don't need new J's. You don't need them new Jordans. You know what I mean? Why do you spend money on that? You're ruining the shoe game. No, it's not. You love it because that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? So stop with the hate. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you about spending money on this game, though. Or in any game. Be responsible. Be responsible. Only spend money that you could afford to lose. Okay? Don't be spending money that you don't have. Set a budget of how much you are able to pay. Not willing to pay, able to pay. Okay? What you're able to pay. My goal, my budget goal is this. Every paycheck, every 2 weeks, I'm gonna set a limit of me being able to spend $100 to $200. That's it. If I go over that, if I need any more things above that, I'm not gonna spend. I'm gonna wait until the next paycheck. Now, if I can't afford 100, 200 during that paycheck, then I'm not going to. I have enough self-control to do that. I've learned I've learned from my many mistakes that I did in Genshin. So I'm a lot better with that. So what I'm saying is this: set a budget, be responsible, set a limit. Don't overdo it, guys. Don't be crazy. Just, you see Shroud doing this. Click, 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 click. You see that? Click, 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 click. And he's spending hundreds and hundreds and guys, this guy makes millions of dollars. Okay? These guys, $100 to them is like $1 to us. Not even, maybe like 50 cents. So to them, swiping is nothing. Okay. So yeah. So stop with the hate. If people are loving the content and they want to progress better and faster to where they want to be, let them. Let them, because it's not hurting you. Okay, they just want to get ahead. Here's the thing too. Some people will spend money on this just to avoid having to grind. There's nothing wrong with that, because they value their time. Most of these guys, they work 8-12 hours a day physically, going to an office, going to a construction site, going to a physical labory job. You know, they don't have the cushion job that I have right now, working from home. These guys actually have to drive and commute. And so these guys, they value their time, and they don't have time. When by the time they get home, they're tired. That's one. Second, they have to deal with their families. If they have kids, they have to take care of the kids, spend time with the kids, spend time with their wives, spend time with their dogs and pets and stuff. They have chores on top of that, responsibilities, right? So yeah, some people, they only have an hour to play. And with that hour, what can you do? Well, I can do a couple dungeons. I'll do my 2 dungeons. I'll do maybe 1 raid. Other than that, I'm behind. So you know what? I have $100 that I want to spend money on. I'm gonna buy some honing mats now. That way I can get this guy 2 levels up. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because people value it's time versus value. Time equals value. Right? So if you value your time, then and you think by purchasing and spending money on it is the way to go, then do it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Let the pay to win people keep paying, and let the free players keep playing the way they play. I guarantee you, everyone has spent money on this game, whether it be skins or some sort of RMT. You know who you are. You know who you are. People have spent money on this game. When they say free to play, I am a pure free to play player. Shit. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Speaking of which, free to play, I am going to be. Here's my announcement. Here is my announcement. I am going to be going to a new server, guys. This is gonna be my new series. I'm gonna go to a new server. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. We'll just wait. You just have to wait and see. But anyways, guys, I think that's it. I think that covers everything that I wanted to bring up as far as pain points and complaints and open mic kind of discussions right now. What's going on around Lost Ark and the Lost Ark community. Like I mentioned, reset is coming tomorrow, Thursday. Every Thursday's reset. So make sure you do everything that you have to do today. Get it out of the way. Okay? Don't be doing a raid in the final moments, because you'll get kicked out and then you'll be complaining, "Oh, I didn't get my damn reward." Don't, especially when you do abyssal dungeon. Don't be do it now. Do it now. Okay? Thursday reset, or just don't do anything at all. Just wait until tomorrow. Just wait until tomorrow. Real talk right there, guys. Okay? Real talk right there. Now, for you who liked watching what you're watching right now, if you like the series and you guys want to hop on in the future, have an open discussion about what you guys think about the game, hey, I'm more than willing to hear you guys out. I want to put you guys on the mic. If you guys want to hop into my private Discord, I can show you guys my I can go in my description. I'll put my post there. Okay? I'll put my post there, and you guys can go to my Discord. It's my private Discord channel server. So it's a community server. I'm slowly building it up. So join that, and that way you can that way any future real talk discussion sessions that we have like this, any future talk show We'll call this the real talk show, right? But any future show that we do, any episodes that we do in the future, you know, I'm gonna select a few people to jump on a call with me, have an open discussion. I think it'll be great for the community to hear the people who are actually playing this. I think it's a very good outreach, so that the developers can actually listen to us. You know, I think it'll be a great opportunity for you to be heard. So if, like I said, go to my, you know, subscribe to my channels, support me, you know, hit like in this one, so that way we can bring some awareness. Okay, spread the word. Go to my Discord channel, hop on my Discord. I'll choose a few people that we can hop on a call, and we'll do this on a daily if we have to. Hell, man, I'm more than willing to do this on a daily. Have a chat. Hey, I'll do that. Okay, we'll just talk the talk. You know what I mean? And so yeah, go in my description, click on my Discord channel, and join, and then we'll go from there. I will be streaming a lot more these coming, as much as I can now before work starts to ramp up. So I'm trying to get as many as I can done, but I'm trying to be consistent with it. I'll be promoting some shorts. I love making shorts. I love doing those. So but you can follow me on Twitch, you can follow me on YouTube. I do stream on Twitch, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So tonight I might be streaming on Twitch, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday I'll be streaming on YouTube. Now eventually I'll be molding that into one, and maybe just going on YouTube and solely just staying with YouTube, but I haven't decided that fully yet. But stay tuned, subscribe to me, go subscribe to my Twitter, to my Instagram, and to my YouTube channel, just to get some updates on what I'm, you know, anything that I do. I really appreciate that if you do. You support your local low-level streamers here, man, you know. And if you're a low-level streamer like me, let me know and I'll subscribe to you. I'll help support you, man. Put some word out there. Anyways, it's been fun. I think this is great. This is really great. I feel good releasing all of this pent up. You know what I mean? Like, I had so many things to say today. And I think it also derived from me streaming for 4 hours last night. Get this. I was streaming 4 hours last night on YouTube. The last time I streamed on YouTube was when I was doing Genshin. Okay, it was like an experiment that I did. And I had a normal monitor. Normal standard monitor. And so I still had, I didn't realize this, but when I got done, it was in that different ratio. But right now I have a widescreen 21:9, right? So 21:9 ratio. And so my output was still in that standard, so it looked compressed as hell. It looked like I got squished in that little box. So that's my output. I'm not putting that out. Maybe one day I'll leave it out there, but 4 hours lost content right there. So I was kind of upset about it this morning, and I figured, you know what, I have a lot to talk about. Let me talk about some things. And so that's why this was an impromptu kind of conversation, and I thought, why not do it in the middle of the day and just talk about all the shit that everyone's been talking about and just address it, right? Because sometimes you need that. Sometimes people need to hear real talk, man. You know, people are afraid to say what they have in mind. I'm not afraid to say what I gotta say, man. If you're gonna hate me for what I say, hey, that's on you. Why don't you be on stream and talk about why you think I'm wrong? And then we can have an open conversation about it. See what I'm saying? But nothing that I'm saying is not anything that no one is saying. Everyone else is saying it. Everyone else is complaining about it. You know, I'm just helping kind of address it publicly. And, you know, so use me. You can use me as the face for that, I guess. You know, if other streamers are so hesitant about talking the real talk, hey, let them. You're not going to get that from me. That's one thing you're going to get from me. You subscribe to me, you can talk the shit with me. I was in the military, guys. I was in the Marines. Okay, I've seen some shit. Video games to me is a therapy, and I am very grateful that I'm able to do what I'm doing now compared to where I was when I was in Iraq. So this is so yeah, I don't take anything for granted. and I'm gonna say what I have in mind whenever I have something to say in my mind. You know, I'm not gonna be shy about it. I'm not gonna hide behind my feelings. I'm gonna say it. So these real talk sessions right here, these open mic conversation, I think would be good for the community. Release some stress. You know what I mean? You want to curse? Go for it, man. So use me as an outlet. I'm cool with that. Just subscribe to me. Support me, guys. That's all I'm asking. You know, I've been trying to stream and be in this YouTube game for a very long time. I started my YouTube channel in 2010. I was, you know, a little background. I know I was supposed to sign off here, but now that you got me on a tangent here, man, I gotta go. I started streaming back in 2010. My kid was still a toddler at that time. My son. I used to play, you know, with him laying on my chest while I'm playing PS4. I was doing Black Ops, the original zombies. I was posting those, and I think you can still look at it in my channel. You'll see some of my old videos, but it was like low level kind of shit. I was using Elgato that connected to my PS4 or I think Xbox. I don't remember. And I recorded just doing zombie stuff and challenges and stuff like that. And I remember during that time, I was coming up with 2, 3, 4 other guys who were doing zombies. There was only a few of us doing zombies on YouTube. I had left a couple of months. I come back. These dudes all blow up. Now I'm talking about like rich and famous kind of guys, right? And I regret that, man. So I'm trying to get back into the game. It's never too late. My goal is not to be the most popular streamer. No, that's not my goal. I'm doing this because I love playing video games. And I'm doing this for myself personally. Like, I'm a filmmaker and I've always been the guy behind the scene, behind the camera. So me having to see myself talk and this is like a big motivation booster, self-confidence kind of thing. Putting myself out there for people to pretty much ingest and criticize, you know, because I think the best way for you to learn as a human being and for you to be a better person is for you to receive some feedback and how you can be better. So me as a person, that's what I'm trying to get out of this. Would being famous about being a streamer a good thing? Yeah, that's always a bonus, but that's not what I'm after. What I'm after is really just putting myself out there, see where it goes, share my experiences with the games that I'm going to be playing and I'm playing, and hopefully people can relate to it. And if people can relate to it, let's have an open discussion about it. Let's talk about it, because I think that's something new. That's something that no one is really doing. Hop into my Discord channel. We'll talk. We'll have a conversation, and you know, I think that's a good starting point. With that being said, guys, this is Snyp from Game and Chill. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you actually watch the whole thing, hey man, you the man. You might as well subscribe, because next time it'll be longer. Or go to my channel. Okay, go to my Discord channel. Or Discord server and sign up. We'll talk some shit over there and you know, have fun. But for you guys enjoying Lost Ark right now, keep grinding, guys. Okay, keep grinding. Have fun with the game. Give Smogit and Amazon some slack. Let them do their job. You can keep complaining about certain things, quality of life. It'll come. Okay, just be patient, guys. Is all I'm saying. And stop hating on the pay to win. Stop hating with the pay to win. Just stop throwing shade, guys. Help each other out. That's all I'm saying. With that being said, I'm out, and I love you all.